Hello everyone, it's Imran here. Welcome back to another video. I just had an absolute moment I have. This is my second time attempting to record this video. Unfortunate because for whatever reason my headphones conked out when I was trying to record my first attempt to record this video right here, and I don't know what happened. So I've been going around back and forth trying to get the headphones working, and I only just did it now. So I think I've wasted 10-15 minutes trying to do that when I could have easily sorted out the problem right there. I can't believe I was this. That was that silly of me. It was. I only just realized what the issue was there. Oh my god! But I'm going to react to another Kiefer Adams audio story. I am, and this is season 6 of episode 10 of season 6 of his Thomas audio stories, which is called The Sodor Light. It's a Toby story. It is. So it's been a while since Toby has had an audio story of his own. The last one I reacted to just now was just a couple of minutes ago before I had this headphones issues was Highland Engines. You want to see match that out, have it up in the top right corner of your screen. I did make it very clear that today, in the Highland Engines one, that I was going to react to 4 audio stories today. All 4 of my uploads today will be reactions to Kiefer's audio stories, the ones I haven't reacted to just yet because I fell behind on season 6 because I wasn't able to upload that much due to work going on. So I'm playing catch up. I am, and I know a lot of you are probably getting fed up of these constant uploads of me react to Kiefer's audio stories, but I'm just trying to catch up. So if I react to these 4 today, episodes 9 through 12 today, then I've only got episodes 13 through 16 left, and then hopefully that will be. Hopefully, I can just get it out all out the way as quickly as possible. I will. So the Sodor Light is another Toby story, according to the Kiefer's community post of what season his audio stories take place in. This one takes place during season 10. Toby wasn't written the best in the hit era, but I was going to say something and I forgot. But he did have some good episodes like You Can Do It, Toby, and Toby Feels Left Out. Agree with what Ian Lucky Tuck said on that one. I did. And he also was in Perfect Character and Emily Knows Best. So Toby did have his moments. So I think this story is definitely, hopefully he's in character in this story right here. Link to I'm reacting to in the description down below as always. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this. I just want to get straight into reacting to this because the headphones I've had just now, it's not been fun.
The Sodor Lights.
I actually thought the headphones
written
broke.
and told by Kiefer Adams.
He's been given the hit.
During his time on the Fat Controllers Railway, Toby the tram engine had seen many things. But Toby had yet to see one of the most beautiful events on the island. The others knew it as the Sodor Lights. Early one morning, Toby was waiting in his siding at Tidmouth Sheds for the Fat Controller to give him his orders for the day. Thomas and Percy were already awake. "I can't believe today's the day," Thomas beamed happily. "Why?" asked Percy. "The Sodor Lights, of course," replied Thomas. "I've been looking forward to it since it last came to the island." Toby was puzzled. "What are the Sodor Lights, Thomas?" he asked. "The Sodor Lights is a very rare event," replied Thomas. "It only happens once in a lifetime. Or 2, if you'd like to say so."
Ooh.
"Yes, but what is it?" Toby inquired. "Well, I can't say," replied Thomas. "You'll have to find out for yourself." "It's not what I think it is it?" asked Percy. "Because when I first arrived on the island, Edward used to tell stories about it." "It could be," said Thomas cheekily. "But like I said, I'm not spoiling anything. The Sodor Lights is a beautiful event that should be seen with your own eyes."
Okay.
Toby remained puzzled. The Fat Controller soon arrived to give the engines their jobs for the day. Toby was to make his way to the farms and make a few deliveries for the likes of Farmer McColl, Farmer Finney and Farmer Trotter. Toby was on his way to McColl Farm when he noticed that Edward was up ahead. Some sheep had escaped in a nearby field, but Edward didn't want to shoo them off the line on his own. He was relieved when Toby pulled up. He rang his bell, blew his whistle, which he only ever used to move animals off the line.
Oh, Toby has a whistle.
Gave a great cloud of steam when neither tactic worked. The sheep were slowly making their way back to the field, but Edward could tell that Toby was troubled. "You've heard about the Sodor Lights then?" he asked. "Yes, indeed," replied Toby. but Thomas said it's more of a surprise than anything else. Percy mentioned that you know all about it. Edward smiled. The Sodor lights haven't been on the island since Thomas first arrived, Edward said.
Okay.
But why would he say it's a rare event? Toby pondered. Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself, old friend, replied Edward. You may realise what Thomas means when it gets a little darker. Once the sheep were all off the line, Edward puffed away. But as Toby made his way to the farms, he was more troubled than ever. Toby worked hard all day, and by the end of it, all of his deliveries from the farms had been carried through. He had only just backed into his shed when the Fat Controller arrived in his car. Good evening, Toby, he said. Don't settle down for the moment. I've got a bit of an emergency. Yes, sir, said Toby. Terence was working in the fields today, but broke down on his way home, said the Fat Controller. I need an engine to take some parts for him to be repaired. Toby was rather worried. I'm more than happy to go, sir, he said. Excellent, said the Fat Controller. But what about the Sodor lights? Cried Toby. I won't miss it, will I? I promise you, Toby, you'll see the Sodor lights before you even get back, said the Fat Controller. He then returned to his car. Toby set out to the yards to collect some trucks and went to the depot to collect some parts for Terence. He then set off into the night. Toby puffed cautiously along the line. His lamp shone brightly and he was filled with determination. Terence is important to all the farms on the island, he said to himself. We can't leave him stranded. Toby's driver and fireman agreed. The more Toby puffed along the line, the more his confidence boosted. He was no longer interested in finding out what the Sodor lights really were about.
That's good to hear.
He just wanted to make sure that Terence was repaired and back home safe. Before long, Toby spotted the tractor half a mile up the line. Oh, thank goodness you've come, Toby, smiled Terence. I was afraid I'd be stuck here all night. Toby was very grateful. Farmer Finney and Toby's driver and fireman set to work in fixing Terence. As they did, Toby noticed that Terence was looking up at the night sky. What's going on? He said. Is Harold on duty again? No,
it's the Sodor
Terence.
lights.
Look up, Toby. When Toby did look up, he was in for a surprise.
Look at that.
The starry night sky had now been replaced with a wave of colourful lights that danced across the night
Sodor
sky.
lights, everyone.
Bless my bell, he exclaimed. What's that? Have you not heard of the Sodor lights, Toby? Said Terence. Toby's eyes lit up with delight. So those are the Sodor lights, he gasped. He remembered everything that Edward and Thomas had said. No wonder they wanted to keep it a surprise, he said. It's beautiful. It truly is, remarked Terence. I can see now why it's called a rare event. Upon seeing the Sodor lights, Toby felt much better. Once Terence was repaired, Toby collected a flat truck from the yards and took him back to his farm. Afterwards, he made his way home. The Sodor lights were still dancing in the sky, with colourful shades of green, blue and pink. Toby couldn't help but smile to himself. He felt truly honoured to have seen the Sodor lights, and he had to admit it was one of the most beautiful sights he had ever seen.
Yep, that was definitely a great sight right there. Almost reminds me of the Northern Lights that happen every few years. It does, or every year I think, Northern Lights. But I guess the Sodor lights are more rarer than them. So yeah, I think this is actually quite a good Toby Hid Era style Toby episode. It was. Yeah, he seemed a bit troubled, but even an old wise engine can be troubled and confused at times. But this once again showed his true character, who's willing to go out to one who's willing to go all out to help out a friend in need. He is, and that's exactly what he did right there. So well done, Toby. Well done. But wow, those Sodor lights looked amazing. They did right there, right there. It was actually quite colourful. It was. I actually think it could work with just with the in the style in how season 10 was filmed with the lighting and all that stuff. I actually think this episode could work in season 10 like how Kiefer intended it to be. The next story is from season 11. It is right there, because there. So I'm looking forward to that, and it's a spooky one. It is, even though I'm a day late for it. But this is actually a nice Toby story. It was. I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely feels like a good episode for the hit era. It does. You do want to see my previous Thomas reaction, whether it's an audio story or trans adaptation. I'll have a playlist up in the top rank on your screen right now. I'm going to react to this Marty Monster one next, so stay tuned for that. But let's see. Hopefully, I can make up for the time I lost trying to dealing with my headphones. I was. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this audio story I reacted to. Also know in the comments down below what other videos you want me to react to next. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Links to both of them will be in the description down below. Share this video, subscribe if you're new here, ring that bell to get notified when I upload new videos, and I post in the community tab, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!